Jane is reading a book. On Monday, she read some pages. On Tuesday, she read a quarter of the number of remaining pages. At this point, Jane finished reading 5/7 of the entire book. If she has read 135 pages more than she still has left to read, how many pages did she read on Monday? So I changed the colors of some of the sentences so that we can focus better. So the red sentence, the red full sentence in the question is fairly complicated. I'm going to come back to it, but I'm actually going to start with the green sentence. So after Monday and Tuesday, at this point, Jane finished reading 5/7 of the entire book. So I'm going to assume the entire book can be split into 7 equal parts. And I'm going to represent it as follows. So here is Jane's entire book. And it was, let's say we can split it into 7 equal parts. And she read 5/7 of the entire book by the end of Tuesday. Let's shade it green. Again, a couple of things to understand here. And you have to genuinely understand it. All of this was read on Monday and Tuesday. Okay, if this is 5/7, if I shaded 5/7 of the book, she still has 2/7 of the book left by the end of Tuesday. Okay, so it's not a very difficult sentence to process, the green sentence. Now I'm going to work on the blue sentence. I'm going to work on the blue part of the question. If she has read 135 pages more than she still has left to read, then we have to do something, right? So this is what she read, the green part, and the red part, she still needs to finish it. And the blue part of the question clearly tells me the difference between these two parts is 135 pages. How does that help us? Well, that helps us draw this conclusion. These 3 blocks or cells must represent 135 pages. 135 pages. Again, the red pieces she needs to read, the green pieces she has already read. What's the difference? She has read 3 additional green pieces as compared to what she needs to read. So those 3 green rectangles must represent 135 pages. And if you take 135 and divide it by 3, each cell must represent 45 pages. This fact is going to come in handy. So this is 45. I'm not going to write all of them, but I'm going to write 3 of them just so that you can see what we're trying to conclude here. And again, this is not a bad time to pause and reflect. Okay, now if we were to find the length of the entire book, we easily could. The answer would be 45 times 7. And 45 times 7 turns out to be 315. So the question doesn't want us to do it. Now I'm going to handle the red sentence, which is the hardest. Okay, so I'm going to erase everything that I have written on top of my slide. So I'll go back to the bare basic picture. I'm going to focus on this red sentence right here. All right. Now, you really have to read it a couple of times. On Tuesday, she read. So on Monday, she read a few pages. We don't know how many pages. On Tuesday, she read a quarter of the number of remaining pages. What does that mean? If you have a handful of pages left and you read a quarter, that means for every 1 page you have read, you have 3 unread pages. Again, A quarter means 1/4. 1/4 means if you have read 1/4 of the remaining pages, you have left 3/4 of the remaining pages for another time. And again, you really have to pause and reflect. Remember 1/4 and 3/4. So the 3/4, the 3 from 3/4 suggests to me that I will cut each of these cells into 3 pieces, and I'm going to do it as follows. So what I did here, I took my original book was represented by 7 equal blocks or cells. I took each of those cells and split them further into 3 pieces. Why? Because when you read 1/4 of something, you left out 3/4 of that. So for every 1 page you read on Tuesday, 3 pages were left unread. So if she read this much on Tuesday, she left this many pages unread. If she read this much on Tuesday, she left this many pages unread. Now that allows me to conclude she must have read just this many pages on Tuesday. Why? Why? Let's erase it and explain it once again in a slightly different way. So take a look. Makes a lot of sense. If we just focus on this much, just focus on this much. By that, I mean this much. Take a look. She read 1/4 of this much on Tuesday, and she left out 3/4. So cutting every cell into 3 parts helped me represent that better. What is that telling me? That's telling me she read this many pages on Monday, this many pages on Tuesday. And again, take a look. What she read on Tuesday was 1/4 of the pages that were left after she was done reading on Monday. I'm going to say that once again. In my representation, it shows that what she read on Tuesday was 1/4 of the pages that were left after she finished reading on Monday. Now, remember, I'm going to erase some of this writing. I will do one thing here. I'm going to call it M for Monday, and I'm going to take my time. Monday. And Tuesday, T and Tuesday. So the question says, how many pages did she read on Monday? Now, remember, we concluded that each block, based on the blue part of the question, each block, and by block, I mean this represents 45 pages. So once I take that block and cut into 3 pieces, each sliver must represent 15 pages. How many slivers do I have for Monday? Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, again, each check mark represents the sliver, and each sliver represents 15 pages. So how many did she read? The answer should be she read 13 times 15 is equal to 95. I'm going to make the font a little bigger. So on Monday, Gene, read 195 pages. That's my answer.